is played tomorrow. Before we get anywhere else, what does that mean for this session? Lighter session, harder session, more ball work, more running? Talk us through it.
Shorter session, but it's got to be quick, so short and sharp basically. You're not going to be out here for 2 hours at a time. You're going to be out here doing what's specific to the game tomorrow. Obviously the team will be named most likely, and the pattern of plays will all be established, and yeah, just a bit of prep for tomorrow.
Nice. And again, it's just a case of being ready for the game, as opposed to, because we've talked so much about loading. Yeah. That's not what this is now, right? This is just preparation for the game. Yeah,
loading's been done throughout the week. When the games come, that's what really tops you up. The bulk of the work's done prior to the games, and then it's just making sure that you're up in your minutes. Then the recovery becomes important as well. So yeah, for now this is all about being sharp for tomorrow, where I'm assuming more people will play more minutes.
Okay, as we're watching, I want to talk to you about one player in particular.
Yeah.
Victor Lindelof is now back out on the grass playing with his teammates. How difficult is it to be on tour and be with everybody but not be quite at the level of fitness as everybody else, so you're not quite able to join in?
It's less difficult than being injured. It's less difficult than not being involved, So whilst you might be behind slightly physically, it's not going to be enough for it to make that much of a difference. You just may have to do a few extra runs. You may have to do a little bit of extra work to catch up a little bit, but it's not. There's nothing worse than not being with the group, so it's always a positive when you are.
I was going to say that just in terms of mindset, is it?
Yeah.
I guess it's just a bit frustrating when you can't fully join in.
Of course it is, yeah. It's you play football because you want to have the ball at your feet and you want to be involved in the sessions, and nobody wants to be injured. Nobody doesn't want to be involved.
It's gone straight in now because of that. Do you think that was his fault or Tom? So they're both going in.
I feel that you've just put the commentator's curse on him.
That's what I do. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but no, listen, nobody wants to be injured. So being out there is fun, and it's good to see him back.
Yeah. Oh, that's the end of that one. I wonder where they're going now. Happy with what you saw out there?
It's sharp. Listen, it's a good standard. It really is. It's always, as I told you, most days it's that would have been the most fun part for me.
Yeah.
Just getting on the balls, little rondos, little sort of being able to make people get around it, and that's the fun before the rest of it starts.
These things that look a bit like hurdles, are they gates for opening your legs?
Yeah, just warm up stuff really. Just open up your groins, make sure that the all sides of you are. Yeah, you're warm and prepared for when you go into the real short, sharp stuff.
In terms of match preparedness, so we know the game is tomorrow. This session now, and then do you know what happens throughout the day? Do you nap? Is it about what you eat? Do you try to relax? Is there other work to be done?
Yeah, potentially could do a bit of gym work. Obviously there'll be stuff like soft tissue stuff you might do with the masseurs and the physios, stretching maybe, so you're not just sat around in the hotel waiting for a game that's, a long way away in terms of hours. You may go out for a walk, keep your legs loose, but yeah, there will be a period of rest within that as well, probably this afternoon where they'll have a little bit of downtime. Let's
talk about the game then, because that's what's coming next.
Yeah.
What are we expecting in terms of starting lineups, in terms of intensity of the match? I suppose mostly what we want is just no more injuries.
Yeah, that is the key. Yeah, not making sure that you stay fit, which is the purpose of building up bit by bit. You're hoping that, as I said before, more people get more minutes, and then that's successful, and then you're building that and taking it on into the Liverpool game as the final game of tour.
I suppose that's quite a difficult balance, because reasonably you can only give so many players 60 minutes, say, for example.
Yeah.
And there's more players here than you can do that for.
Senior players, they take precedent. I think that's how it goes. Well, it is how it goes. The senior players will take precedent, or there may be one or two young players that have really got in the manager's eye line that might play more of a part in it as well, prior to the other players coming back who've been away on international duty.
I mean, we can probably say, I don't know, obviously, but I feel confident to say that there's a good chance that Harry Amas is going to be one of those younger players who gets the opportunity, mostly because Luke Shaw and Tyrone Malacia aren't here.
Yeah, it makes sense, of course, and he did put a good showing in the first half the other day, so it makes sense, and that's all they can do is, when they get the minutes, put in a good performance, play with freedom, have courage, get on the ball, and express yourself, and we can see here, even as the managers watching, how the boys are warming up, how the boys are, their attitudes towards it, who's looking in good shape. When I think Harry Amas has shown some real good qualities on this trip.
It's a very good point about Eric. He's watching very, very intensely there, wasn't he? Does that Do you notice that as a player? Do you think, oh, he's watching this, I better do this as best as I can, I guess?
You notice everything. Whether the manager's watching, why he's watching, and ultimately just it's with a view of you putting in your best performance.